Hello friends, I'm Parvez, and in this video we are going to talk about requests library for handling HTTP tasks. So if you remember one of my videos on URL lab, we have done a lot of HTTP tasks using URL lab. But also you can use requests for this. If you want the URL lab video, I have added that to the video description. You can check that. So the requests library is more than adequate for most HTTP tasks, and you can do more this. The request library is automates and simplifies many of the tasks that we have been looking at. If you don't have this library, you can use pip install requests and it will be installed. So now we are going to let me show you the first example of this. Let me import requests and let me create a response and requests.get, and in here you need to add your URL. So let me just add a URL. This is my website, codeloop.org. You can check this for getting the source codes. Okay, now we have added. Now you can print response dot status code, and we can print the response dot reason and print dot response dot URL. So now let me just run this. Okay, now you can see that we have this is our code, and this is the URL. So if I change this, let me just change this to google.com. Let me run it again. So now you can see that in here we have this is the status code, it's 200, and this is the OK, and this is the URL of google.com. Also you can do, for example, let me just remove this. You can print response.ok, and you can print response.as redirect. Let me run this. So you can see we have received for the response.ok true and for this false. So the OK attribute, so this OK attribute indicates whether the request was successful. That is, the request contained a status code in the range of 200, and this as redirect attributes indicates whether the request was redirected, and also we can also access the request property through the response object. You can do this by using request.headers. So now let me just show you. Print requests let me just response.requests response.request.headers. Now let me just run this. So now you can see that we have this Python request, and you can see that this is the encoding. You can notice that requests is automatically handling compression for us. it's including gzip and dflat in an accept encoding header. If we look at the content encoding response, then we will see that the response was in fact gzip compressed, and request transparency decompressed it for us. So now let me show you. Let me remove these two, and let me just in here I'm going to print response dot headers and content encoding. Okay, so now let me just run this. So now we can see that this is gzip, if and in here we have gzip dflat. Also we can look at the response content in many more ways to get the same bytes object as we got from the HTTP response object. You can use this code for this, and let me remove these two. You can print response dot content. Let me run this. So now you can see that this is but requests also performs automatic decoding for us. To get decoded content, you can do this. So let me just comment this, and you can print response dot text. Let me just run this. Now you can see that this is a string. Like this, you can see. Okay, also you can do for example cookie handling. If you have watched my URL lib video, I have done in here. So how you can do cookie handling using request. For this you can do in simple way, print response dot cookies. Now if I print this, and this is you can see the cookie for the Google. Like this you can do. So this was for cookie. The request library also has a session class which allows the reuse of cookies, and this is similar to using the HTTP modules cookie jar in our URL lib module, HTTP cookie handler object. So for this you can do like this. So let me just remove these codes. So let me remove this and change this to S. Okay, so first let me create a session. Not response, requests dot session, and in here we can write s dot get, and you need to add your URL in here. Let me remove this. I don't need to this anymore. Okay, now after this let me create a response s dot get, and in here you can write preference. You can, if you want, you can print the response like this. print response. You can see we have 404 response, but also you can, oh, I think it is not preferences. Let me just run this. $200. So you can print response, for example, dot status code, and you can print response dot text. Now you can see this is our code. Also you can do error handling. So errors and requests are handled slightly different from how they are handled with URL. So let's work through some error conditions and we will see that how it works. For example, so I'm going to remove this. I don't need to this. So let me create a response requests dot get, and let me add a page in here. If I print response dot status code, you will see that I will receive a 404. So now you can see that we have received a 404. So like this you can do. If you have any question, please let me know, and for the source code you can check my website. And so this is Python introduction to request URL library. Subscribe my channel and also share and like the video.